Ladies and gentlemen, on November 11th we will celebrate Veterans Day in this free country of ours. We remain free thanks to the men and women serving in our armed forces. During this entire weekend of the Baghdad Association of Human Services Health Fair and tonight's Space Coast Humanitarian Awards, we would like to recognize and honor the courage, strength, and humanitarian contributions of all our veterans who have given so much of themselves for these United States of America. Tonight we have a special guest with us, a U.S. veteran and a true hometown hero from just down the road in Satellite Beach. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Russ Marek. It was Friday, September the 16th, 2005, and U.S. Army Staff Sgt. Russ Marek was just 8 days away from coming home to Satellite Beach for his 2-week R&R break. He was leading his team as a tank commander on a road south of Baghdad. Russ doesn't remember anything from that night. His family and his doctor agree that's a blessing. When an Iraqi insurgent's bomb tore through the bottom of his tank, 2 of the 4 soldiers inside were killed. Marek suffered a traumatic brain injury and was burned so severely on 20% of his body that he lost muscle on his right ear. He also lost his right leg below the knee and his right arm below the elbow. He never lost his fighting spirit. It's hard work to do all this, Russ says, when asked about his 5-year recovery that includes 3 hours of physical and occupational therapy each weekday, followed by 2 hours of exercise with his family every afternoon. There's no rest on the weekends. His twin brother Todd and younger brother Adam helped their parents with Russ's rehabilitation. I knew he was tough, but not this tough, says his dad, local mortgage broker Paul Marek. For 1 year after the attack, VA healthcare facilities were home as Russ underwent multiple skin grafts and surgeries, plus learned to use a prosthetic arm and leg. He's back home in Satellite Beach, living with his parents, and is now walking, a feat which his doctors say is a miracle of the human spirit. You see, Russ would just not quit. The first thing Russ remembers after the accident is being at the Tampa VA hospital. The brain injury impacted his short-term memory. He knows he received the Purple Heart, the medal his dad calls the one no soldier wants to earn, and Russ earned it the hard way. He also was awarded the Combat Action Medal and a Bronze Star for bravery. His dad made sure every medal was awarded only when Russ was well enough to participate in the ceremony. It's just one more way that he and his wife Rose have become advocates for their son. I used to joke with the nurses at the Tampa VA hospital that when we were through, I was going to become a nurse, said Rose, who lived in Tampa to be with Russ every day at the hospital during his year-long stay. I told them I learned so much that all I would need to do was take the test. Russ has that same sense of humor, joking about his older twin brother Todd, who he says is 2 minutes older than me. He even smiles when talking about his very obvious missing right ear, which he says fools people because they think I can't hear them, and actually I hear better out of this ear than my left one. The laughs can just as quickly turn to brief, unexpected tears. Russ graduated from Satellite Beach High and took classes at Baghdad Community College before joining the Army and going off to serve in Kosovo and Germany, and then 2 tours of duty in Iraq. He'd been promoted to Staff Sergeant just 14 days before that fateful mission. His immediate goal is to walk unassisted. Long term, he wants to go back to college and work. His goal is to live alone again. He's doing well now, and he's very positive, says his dad. One day, he'll be completely independent again. There's no stopping Russ. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Russ Marek and family, our homegrown Space Coast humanitarian hero and recipient of the 2010 Space Coast Humanitarian Special Award of Recognition.